Today we're going to work on body paragraph number 1. So we are starting with an appropriate transition. So this is the first body paragraph. So something like last or to conclude is not going to work. I'm going to give you some ideas up here that you can use. You can use first or to begin or to begin with, to start. Notice after each transition, whichever one you choose, you have to use a comma. I'm just going to do to begin, comma. So our topic sentence is what our body paragraph number 1 is going to be about. And so to refresh your memory, you need to look at the thesis.
Teachers, pardon the interruption. This is the last call for any students who need to have their spring picture taken, so they either brought their picture packet or their parents have taken their pictures online. If you would please send them down to the 100 pod now to have those pictures taken. This is the last call for any students who did not have their pictures taken earlier that we're supposed to get them done. Thank you.
Okay, sorry about that. So, thesis. My thesis is Native Americans should have been removed to Western lands because Native Americans were uncivilized. So my paragraph, my topic sentence needs to be something about Native Americans moving to Western lands because they were uncivilized. One of the things that I've written many times so far, just in my introduction, is the words Native American. So it's always good to come up with different words to use. And so you can say American Indians, and that's what I'm going to use this time. My topic is that they were uncivilized, and I've already said that once in my thesis, so I'm going to say they were uncultivated, which is a synonym, so it's the exact same thing. So finding different words to use is always a good idea so you're not being repetitive. Okay, so topic sentence is just one complete sentence. And so this is my transition and topic sentence. To begin, American Indians were uncultivated, another word for uncivilized, which is why they should have moved to the West. So to back up my topic sentence, I have to provide a piece of textual evidence to support it. So you can't just throw a piece of evidence into an argument, so you have to introduce it. So there's a variety of ways that you can do that. I'm going to use according to, and then I could give the title of the website, or I could give the article title. Okay, those are just a couple of examples. Comma, it states. And then you would give your first piece of evidence to support your argument or your reason, following up with citation. So the author's last name and page number, if there's a page number. Sometimes on a website there's not. If it's a textbook, then there should be a page number. So feel free to pause at any time and then restart when you're ready to move on. I'm going to go ahead and show you what to do for elaboration and synthesis. So elaboration and synthesis is just where you elaborate, you explain how your evidence supports your reason and argument. So I have to explain how my piece of evidence shows that American Indians were uncultivated and they should have had to move to the West. So I don't ever put myself into a writing. I don't say I know this because. So I'm going to give you a couple of ways you can start out your elaboration or synthesis. You could say, this evidence proves. You could say, this demonstrates. You could say, this proves. Okay, so there's 3 ways that you can start out your elaboration synthesis, and you need to make your elaboration or synthesis at least 2 sentences in length. So one more time, your elaboration and synthesis is where you're explaining or elaborating how your piece of textual evidence shows and supports your reason and argument. So I'm going to explain how my textual evidence shows that American Indians were uncultivated or uncivilized, so they should have had to have moved to the West. All right, I'm going to move on to the next lead in evidence. I don't want to use the same lead according to blank, it states, like I did up here. I want to use a different way to introduce my evidence. So switch it up. I'm going to use the book, and then I'll give the title of book. If you didn't use a book, then you can say, the website, and then give the title of the website. So this would be the title of book. States. And then I would give my evidence. And then I have to give the author's last name and page number. If there's, let's say there's not an author because you're using a website and there may not be one listed, then you would use the title of the article or the website title. Always have to give citation even if you already put up here where it came from. All right, last but not least is the elaboration and synthesis. Again, we don't want to start out our elaboration the same way we did up here. We want to come up with a different way to introduce. So you can say this shows, or this evidence demonstrates, or this evidence shows, and it needs to be at least 2 sentences. So just as a reminder, your elaboration synthesis, I'm going to explain down here how my evidence, number 2, shows that American Indians were uncultivated or uncivilized. Okay, you are explaining how your evidence supports your reason or argument.